Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're taking a close look at something called CBD Instant, your mobile banking hub. Our mission, like always, is to dig into the material you've given us, pull out the really key insights, maybe some surprising facts too.
Yeah.
We want to help you get a solid handle on this digital banking app from Commercial Bank of Dubai, especially how it's trying to shake things up for banking convenience here in the UAE.
And it's definitely a timely topic. I mean, mobile banking apps have just fundamentally changed finance, haven't they? Putting all that power, right in your pocket instead of needing a branch. So this deep dive into CBD Instant should really show us how one major bank is trying to make managing money simpler, more digital. It could be setting a new standard.
Right. So first things first, what exactly is CBD Instant? Well, it's the mobile app from Commercial Bank of Dubai, CBD, their big player here in the UAE. And its main goal, based on the info we have, is to give customers a really fast, easy, and crucially secure way to handle their finances, all from their phone. Basically, banking, whatever, wherever. Okay, so let's unpack one of the really eye-catching features right away. Instant account opening. The material says new customers can get a current account, maybe even a credit card or a quick loan in just, and they quote, just a few minutes. Now, that sounds, well, incredibly fast compared to how things used to be.
It really is. And what's fascinating here, I think, isn't just the speed itself. It's how they've apparently re-engineered the whole sign-up process. The source mentions needing only an Emirates ID for verification. That's the standard ID here. Think about that. It takes what was often a multi-day, paper-heavy process and makes it almost instantaneous, digitally seamless. From a strategic view, that's huge for getting new customers on board quickly, especially those who value, efficiency above all else.
And once you are on board, the app apparently gives access to, get this, over 120 banking services. And it notes that most of these are processed instantly. So it's not just looking at your balance. It's managing accounts, credit cards, loans, the whole lot.
Exactly. That sheer breadth of services is really telling. It signals a very deliberate push to make the app the primary, maybe even the only point of contact for almost all banking needs. It's aiming to be a true digital branch, significantly reducing, perhaps eventually eliminating, the need to physically go to a bank for many, many tasks. The key thing to grasp is the completeness they seem to be aiming for. That could really change the game for physical branches in the region.
Okay, what about just everyday stuff? Transfers, paying bills. The source highlights the convenience of instant transfers and payments. It says users can send money locally, but also internationally in seconds, specifically mentioning India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, and the Philippines. Plus, a wide range of bill payments, over 20 different utility payments, including the big ones like Duwa, Etisalat, Diwa.
Yeah, and connecting that to the bigger picture, that instant global reach and the broad utility payments, that's vital for the UAE's diverse population. Lots of people here send money back home or manage various local bills. So it's not just about being fast, it's about meeting those very specific real-time needs efficiently. It shows how digital banking can really adapt.
But it seems it's not just about the core banking, right? There's more lifestyle stuff baked in.
Yeah. It mentions lifestyle offers and discounts. Apparently more than 1,000 deals on dining, entertainment, things like that, usable with their cards. And sticking with finance, but moving beyond basic transactions, there's applying for loans and cards directly. Quick loans, home loan pre-approvals, new credit cards, all straight through the app. And those features are important because they push the app beyond just being a tool for transactions. By layering in lifestyle perks and making it easy to access more complex financial products like loans directly, it becomes more of a central hub for your financial life and aspects of your lifestyle. The strategy seems to be about deeper engagement, building loyalty by being useful in more parts of your day-to-day life and your bigger financial plans.
Of course, with all this power on your phone, security is going to be a huge concern for people. So how do they address security and convenience? The material mentions a secure login, multi-level controls for transaction safety, and also practical things like letting users manage their card PINs or update their Emirates ID details within the app itself.
That does bring up that classic balancing act in digital banking, doesn't it? Security versus convenience. It sounds like they're trying to embed security in ways that aren't too intrusive. Things like secure login probably mean biometrics, fingerprint, Face ID, which are pretty seamless now, and multi-level controls could imply background fraud detection, things working behind the scenes. The goal is always to build trust, make users feel safe without making the app clunky or difficult to use. It's a fine line to walk.
Okay, we've covered a lot: onboarding, services, payments, lifestyle, security. But the source flags one specific feature as being particularly unique, maybe pointing towards the future of payments. It's called the Alani Payment Service. And the description says it lets users send and receive money instantly, safely, 24/7, using just a mobile number or an email address.
Ajani, yes. That's quite innovative in this context.
Mm-hmm.
You know, peer-to-peer payments aren't brand new, but the key here is simplifying the identifier, using just a mobile number or email. That removes a major friction point. No need for long IBANs or account numbers for simple transfers. It makes sending money to a friend or maybe paying someone back as easy as sending a quick message. It really streamlines those everyday, casual transactions, making the financial plumbing almost invisible.
So let's try and wrap this up. Summing up our deep dive today, the CBD Instant app really positions itself as this all-in-one digital banking platform. The clear aim is to bring pretty much all your banking needs right to your phone, to your fingertips, effectively trying to make trips to a physical branch unnecessary for a whole host of services.
Exactly. And that leads to a final thought for you, the listener. So what does all this really mean? We've seen how these super integrated instant digital services are changing the game, especially using things like digital ID for near instant onboarding or these new simplified payment methods like Akani. It's fundamentally shifting what we expect from our financial providers, not just here, but globally. So the question to ponder is, as these apps get smarter and more central to how we manage our money, what happens to the traditional bank branch? How does it evolve, or does it? In a world where the bank truly is increasingly just in your pocket, something to think about.